Namaste and welcome to the Family System Zoom on this beautiful, auspicious full moon night, the night of Holi, the night of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's birth. And just close your eyes and relax and take in 3 deep, beautiful breaths, relaxing more and more as you do so. And so, beloveds, when I talk of the family system, what I'm talking about is the umbrella of energy we incarnate into within our family. We choose to work together on a set of beliefs, a set of patterns that often we have incarnated within the same family line. So you might have been your great, great, great grandfather or grandmother or something like that. And so we party, we play with people over many incarnations. And these, of course, create lots of karmic patterns, lots of interwoven patterns. And now a lot of this stuff is very ready to clear and to shift or to be lightened. And of course, in a family system, there are inherited tendencies, inherited energetic patterns, genetic disease patterns that we are more susceptible to, all sorts of different things. Curses is another one that will track down family lines. And of course, there are potentials there too that can be awoken. And often these potentials are a bit smothered. Like professions, we often stay within the same group of professions in a family, and that can run down lines of energy. And religions, of course, have their powerful, super powerful impact, as do the nations or the national energies. Perhaps our ancestors came from particular nations, and some of those energy lines still have an impact on us today, whereas it may be no longer of any use. And so a lot of this can be cleared. So that's what we're going to do today. And as always, there'll be a huge amount of help and support with this. We show up for the work, we volunteer, and hey presto, the multidimensional aspects of us, our guides, our angelic helpers, and all of the beings overseeing planetary evolution work with us to have an impact for us personally, but always on these calls, it's very much about the collective impact too, because a lot of this stuff, the family system, is locked into the 4th dimension. And you get to see what an impact it can have through the energetic realms. And it will be offered to each and every member of your family, past, present, and future, this clearing, and the choice left to them as to whether they want to participate. Because it must be remembered that in your energy field, your decisions, your intentions are sovereign. And so even if the family system that you are a part of was massively cleared and shifted, you could still maintain the part of the family system that comes into your field at the same level that you are comfortable with, that you are used to. So you can choose to reject the healing if you like. I think it will precipitate down anyways, but it will still have a beneficial impact. And because we are all participating in the evolution on this planet, then everybody that's on the planet at this point in time has known about this process before their incarnation. Whether they are actively engaged in it or not, they knew that this would be happening, this ascension process. So everybody at a soul level is aware of the potential and possibility of raising vibrations, increasing frequencies, and expanding the awareness of their soul, their multidimensionality. So this is a part of that. And once again, I invite you to turn your attention inwards. Follow the breath and really allow your focus, all of the energy that has flowed out into your world through the eyes. Allow that to turn inwards to your inner world and bring awareness and unite it with the flow, the stream of the breath as it comes in through the nostrils, travels down to the back of the throat and opens into the lungs. Breathe, opening the throat back and front, loosening the jaw muscles, allowing the flow of breath and awareness to get underneath the big muscles, to the shoulders, opening down into the arms, connecting to the meridians in the body, the flows of chi, of prana, of life force, into all of your meridians, connecting into the spine, and allow awareness to deepen into the spine, feeling the bones and the nervous system, the spinal cord in the center of the spine, protected, connecting to the nerves that flow out of the spine, and now bring awareness into the lungs, opening them a bit more fully than usual. Paying attention. Often the top of the lungs don't get expanded. The base of the lungs don't get expanded fully. So just bringing awareness and breath to them without forcing, without pushing, just opening through the lungs, connecting to the organ of the heart, just allowing the heart to rest in your awareness. The muscle, the organ of the heart with its 4 different chambers and its muscular walls, valves, and the big blood vessels that carry the flow to and from the heart. Just let it know that you care about it. Breathe through the whole of the chest, opening out the rib cage a little, feeling the connection of the individual ribs running down the spine, dropping deeper, touching the diaphragm, all of the organs underneath the diaphragm, stomach, the pancreas, spleen, gallbladder, duodenum, liver, kidneys, the whole network or tubes of the digestive tract. And then remember that the digestive tract is one long tube from the mouth onwards. The mouth is the opening of the tube, and the anus is the end of the tube. And it's just one long tube that flows through us. Just recognizing that. And give permission for your body, energy field, for all systems and organs in your body to let go. To let go of anything that no longer serves your highest purpose. Drop deeper into the pelvis and rest here, surrendering to gravity, opening up the hip joints on either side, connecting to the pelvic floor and the genitals and the anus, the other end of that tube. And feel the rest of your body rising up out of the pelvis, supported by the spine. So feel simultaneously the pull down of gravity and the rising up of your physical body. The different forces at work. Now bringing awareness into the legs, the buttocks, connecting to the big muscles and big bones in the legs, flowing down through them into the knees and the calves and the shins, ankles and feet, and feeling the whole of your awareness expand through the body and out into the energy field. Breathe that awareness into the core of the earth. Just extending yourself into the core of the earth, connecting there, resting there, allowing yourself to be entrained to the rhythm in the core of the earth. Feel that pulse as a part of you, a stabilizing, energizing rhythm deep underneath. You don't ever have to be disconnected from that whilst you're in the body. In fact, you are never disconnected from that. And now bring awareness back to the body and across the surface of the planet. Connect to the nature spirits, the plant kingdoms, and the animal kingdom, and all of the other kingdoms and beings. So happy to participate with us, to help and aid, and to remind us, the human family, that we are a part of all of those. And apparently we share 50% of our genetics with a banana. How interesting is that? So just connecting with those worlds, and then bring your awareness back to your heart. Breathing there and allowing this to expand, to unfold new dimensions of this portal that is your heart, opening all the time, connecting with everyone on the call, heart to heart, whether they're present now or they will be listening to the recording. It doesn't actually matter. Just connect. Just envision all of us gathered together as a circle in the same space, held by this field. They have worked for years with this strong, powerful field of transformation. Now connect consciously to that field and invite all dimensions of your greater self to be present. A whole team of guides that work with you, teams of beings and masters that work with me and with us today. Calling on all of Moon Mothers, lunar Christed dragons and angels, the Archangel Christian, all the rainbow angels, for today that have come forth in this festival of colors, the rainbow light angels, transformation. And those beings that oversee planetary transformation, just bringing them all into the picture. And here, of course, as always, it's important, and I always like to include the ancestors. And for this piece of work, it is extremely important. So inviting the ancestral realms and the beings of the fourth dimension, the beings that oversee the fourth dimension, because a lot of what we are doing is anchored in that level. The fourth dimension isn't the dimension that I recommend spending a lot of time in, but it is a dimension that holds a lot of energy. It holds our fantasies, our wishes, our emotional connections. It's a dimension with many different subdivisions in a way. So moving from really quite low, sticky, messy energy all the way up to beautiful, beautiful energies, angels and guides, before we move into the fifth dimension, where polarity really begins to fall away. The fourth dimension is very much about polarity. And in the lower levels of the fourth dimension, that really plays out. So we're just inviting the keepers of the fourth dimension to lend their assistance here. And again, bring awareness back to the heart. And as you rest there, begin to consider your family history. How does that play out? Do you know much about it? You might not know anything, and some of you might know a lot. Trust that everything you need to know is held in your DNA. It's all there, like a library. So you might not know it consciously, but your system knows it. So invite your system, your family, your physical system, your genetics, your DNA, to unfold your family history, to make it available to you. Consider where you come from, the professions and lines of work of your family and your ancestors, illnesses that your family seem predisposed to, accidents, depressions, tendencies. Take a moment to invite your present family members or your current family members. They may not want to participate at all, but just invite them energetically. And you might sense the size of the fields that we have co-created here. It's getting bigger all the time. The family system is sort of like a tree, if you like. A family tree, if you like. Sometimes it's just patterns of energy, and it's like a trunk that comes in through the crown and the spine. So ask to be shown your family system, the system of energy that connects all members of your family, past, present, and future, the ancestors, your current family members, and those yet to be born, those waiting to incarnate. And you might not see anything, you might not feel too much, and even that is okay, but just ask. And align yourself with the intention of clearing and upgrading your family system for the highest good of all concerned, all members of your family or the ancestors, those yet to be born, and for yourself. And then also for the wider, vaster planetary collective. Hold that intent, and we invite all of the beings that work with us here to move into the work of clearing, upgrading, and enlightening the family systems of all of us. So any tendencies, belief patterns, belief systems, superstitions, oaths, vows, contracts, etc., that are anchored into your family tree, the tree that is your family system, the energetic tree that links you to all. And all those that are ready now to clear any belief systems and superstitions, ready to let go. Just really hold the intention for that level, that part of the system to be cleared. And there might be belief systems dragging back hundreds or thousands of years. Superstitions that may not play consciously in your mind, but still hold a little bit of energy in your genetics, in your body, triggering little fears or avoidances or procrastination. So we don't necessarily know what these things are, but we intend that a clearing of anything and everything that no longer serves, that the highest purpose of your family system and all that participate in your family system receive this. And we are offering this right out through the family system, backwards and forwards, through time and space, right through all levels of the fourth dimension. Wonderful, and we are blessed right now with Ganeshji, Lord Ganpati, and his Gaj angels, elephant angels that have come to help us with not just this, but all the clearing work that we're going to do. Deep gratitude. Bringing in here religions and any ways in which religions that you might have been a part of, your family or your ancestors, any of the strands of energy or streams of energy, sometimes these are also look like or are chains or ropes that anchor in through religious practices and beliefs. There may have been ancestors that vowed that all of their antecedents would belong to a given religion or would sacrifice or be sacrificed to particular gods. Any of these imprints that still hold any energy, we can and we are washing them away now. So just paying attention to what is taking place. Religion is always a big one. There's a lot of energy letting go in our collective field here. So we really invite that to flow out across the fourth dimension, all directions and time and space. Still a lot shifting through that. So we're just going to hold for a moment longer, because the religious impact is always such a big impact on us. And it's strange because the religions hold such power. And that power is really shifting and starting to fall apart. And yet just locks us into an inward view on this planet. It's not a universal pattern at all. Because when you look back at this planet from out in space or outer space, you really see that religion is just restricted to the planet. These religions don't exist there. And yet we give and have given so much of our life force to them. So offering this to all of our ancestors so that they can free themselves from any of these patterns that bind or limit them if they so choose, if they so wish. And now any national identities in your family system. You might have ancestors coming from various countries, parts of the globe that were very deeply loyal, and that might not be useful for you anymore. So if there are any national loyalties, national tendencies, national energies in your family system that no longer serve you, your relatives, your ancestors, then just giving permission for the deepest clearing possible of that. And maybe take note which of these, as we move through layer after layer, which of them have particular resonance and impact for you. And if there are things that come to your mind that I have not mentioned, then please just state it for yourself, state it for the whole group. Just holding the willingness to let go at this very fundamental cellular genetic level. Having your genetics unpackaged, washed through. And there may be diseases that run down your family lines. Are there any tendencies here? Are you anxious about particular diseases because relatives have contracted them, have died of them, have experienced them? Offer that as well to this clearing. We actualize potentials through our behavior, but there might well be potentials for particular diseases in our genes. For the most part, we know the behaviors we need to engage in to limit those potentials. And sometimes the self-destructive patterns that we don't seem to have control over, these run in families too. So just invite that patterns of self-destruction, patterns of limitation, patterns of denial of self, patterns of overconsumption, overeating, overdrinking, over-shopping, or patterns based in lack to one degree or another. So belief in lack, these can be inherited in the sense that we absorb so much from the energy field of the adults that raise us as children, as infants. We are imprinted by all the energies around us. So just inviting self-destructive tendencies that have some energetic resonance in the family system, for all aspects of it to be released. If we do have self-destructive tendencies, and most of us do to one extent or the other, then there is always work for us to do as an individual. Wow. Okay, there's a lot of energy moving through our spine at the moment. So just taking a moment to really focus into the spine, the spinal cord, whole of the nervous system. Just breathing through that to open it out, to make it more accessible. And then there are family curses, often curses cast or thrown thousands of years ago, yet they still hold power. And these may have been directed at a family member of yours, at an ancestor. They may have been created and thrown by one of your ancestors. Doesn't actually matter. But we just invite here that any family curses locked into your system, having an impact even today, that all these be cleared now. Clear that through all levels, backwards and forwards, through time and space, through all dimensions, worlds, timelines, lifetimes. See what a shift that makes in our collective field. It's quite a ripple moving through and quite enlightening. Washed right all the way through the fourth dimensional fields, so that all of those energetic constructs are collapsed, so that the energy held by them, they can become something else, can be used for something else, freeing up the family systems. And at this point in time, take a moment to ask how much do you actually still need to be engaging in your family system? Because for many of us, more separation is available, more freedom is available. Now, think of the dear departed, often dead relatives, dead ancestors hang around in the family system. So just invite, if that is the case in your family system, that they all be helped to move on to their appropriate destination, their appropriate dimension. And again, you might sense that there was a terrific wave of energy there, terrific lightening through our collective field. And just holding for any other impacts here, whatever they may be, any energies and frequencies, patterns of limitation, patterns of denial, patterns of fear, lack, emotional patterns, patterns of abuse. Just inviting that these be blasted through with light, cleansed and cleared. And we need to focus a little bit on sexual abuse, particularly, because that is a terrifically strong family system pattern. that runs through generations, handed down. And it's possible you may not be conscious of that in your family, but hold space for the clearing of that through our collective field and through the fourth dimensional field. Just inviting the angels to really work and purify the family systems and to ripple that energy out as far and as wide as is possible, backwards and forwards through time and space, all the way in, through and around the planet. Take some time for anything specific that comes to your mind here that I haven't mentioned. There will be lots of things, and often there is real power in mentioning something, speaking the words. So speak those words out loud. Our collective field is really expanding now. As we make space for any new energies that are ready to be woven into your family system, new strands from your star families, guides from the angels, star families have particular interest in what we're doing. Helping to uncover hidden or dormant potentials within your family system. A lot of starlight coming in now. Just bringing in the starlight to activate your potential and also the potential of family members that for all intents and purposes may still be slumbering, maybe denying their multidimensionality, and we're not in any way forcing this, but just recognizing the energetic potential to spark an awakening combined with the extraordinary energies that are flowing to and through this planet all the time now. So just hold that thought, that there may be family members of yours that are ready to experience an awakening of their multidimensionality, and that this work can help with that. This work can help to lift depressions that seem to track through families. And that's the word I didn't mention, but just hold that thought that any tendency towards depression, anxiety, lift and release, unwind itself. And depression is usually about denial at some level. Denial of an emotion, denial of life itself. Just holding space here for more and more to release, and also for more and more to be activated, more and more to be woven in and offered out. Just taking time with this. Now there's something in particular here about current medical procedures, the impact of the planetary vaccination policy that was underway some time ago. Whether you've had the vaccine or not doesn't really matter. Everybody is reeling from the effects of it. There's a lot of dis-ease now on the planet as a result of this. So it's a planetary policy. And so we just invite that any non-beneficial impacts of that policy, of that vaccine, of this medical procedure that can be released through this work. And it may be that you haven't, but other family members of yours have had the vaccine. And there's a ripple effect through the family system of that. And that may be a downgrading of energy. So just watch as we invite this. If there is any impact in individual family systems or the collective family system that can be relieved, can be worked through, just hold space for that. See what you sense, what you feel. And again, we offer this up out across the planet to all of the. This one isn't so much affecting the ancestors, but to all of the current family members and those waiting to be born. And here we're just holding space because there's a blessing on this work. The whole of the work that we've engaged in here. So just allow yourself and all of those members of your family, past, present, and future, to receive this blessing through your family system. A blessing of light that is coming in. Because it is recognized that the work we do here is on behalf of the planetary collective. And I always offer and ask that any benefit unfolding from this and all my work be woven into a template that is available across the planet to anybody that seeks it. So when we anchor that through this collective field into all of the realms that work with us and for the earth itself. So literally see, sense, feel that all the blessings, the auspiciousness of this day, this place, this space that we are in, with all these amazing beings that have come forth to help. Supreme Divine Source Mother herself, light of the avatar known as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Ganesh Ji, today's The full moon is the day of Shiva. So his energies are also very much present. All of the angels, dragons, the masters, collectively flowing humongous amounts of energy, humongous amounts of light in, through, and around Devi, Mother Earth, clearing, clearing, clearing. See the entire planet like we connected. Remember, heart to heart. And once again, we do the same thing, bringing your awareness back to your heart, breathing here, connecting once again energetically, heart to heart, everyone on the call, with every being and kingdom upon the planet. All of our ancestors, all those waiting to be born. So much light, so much love. Just breathe, feeling the expanse of the work that has happened here in this portal, through this portal. And take the time now to offer our gratitude, deep gratitude and thanks. Angels, the guides, the dragons, the star frequencies, star families, nature spirits, animals, plant kingdoms, all of the teams of multi-dimensional beings that work with us on these Zooms, and of course the Supreme Divine Source Mother, who is everything, without whom I am nothing. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. My gratitude to all of you. Thank you so much for showing up and holding space for this work, receiving this work, because it does need to be grounded and embodied and then walked across the planet. So deep gratitude to all of you. And continue breathing deeply. And whenever you feel a sense of completion, rub both your palms together and then place them over your face, allowing your face to receive all the light that has been brought in, allowing it to filter into your mind, your brain, your eyes. And then bring your hands down upon your heart, thanking this space, for holding space, for expanding to do the work. And whenever you feel ready, gently open your eyes.